Hey Vikings Nation, buckle up, because today we're diving into a draft scenario that could completely reshape the future of this team. And trust me, this isn't just another mock draft. This one brings strategy, bold moves, and a vision that could define the next era in Minnesota. What if the Vikings don't stay at pick 18? What if the real win comes from moving back? That's right, we're talking about a potential trade-down scenario that could give the Vikings more flexibility, more depth, and more control over this roster. And in today's NFL, depth isn't just important, it's everything. Especially for a team that's been trying to rebuild consistency through the draft. So here's the big question. Would you sacrifice a higher pick for more chances to hit on talent? Because what we're about to break down might just convince you that it's the smartest move on the board right now. Right now, the Vikings are sitting at pick number 18, and the possibilities are wide open. Across hundreds of mock drafts, no one can agree on what direction this team will go. That alone tells you something. This roster has multiple needs, and there's no single obvious answer. And that uncertainty is actually power, because when you're unpredictable, you control the board. Teams don't know how to jump you, and that opens the door for strategic moves like trading down and gaining extra capital. That's exactly what happens in this scenario. The Vikings move from 18 to 22, picking up an additional third-round pick. And just like that, the entire draft strategy shifts from limited options to layered opportunity. With the 22nd pick, the Vikings select Avion Terrell, a cornerback who might just be the most complete at his position in this class. Now I know what you're thinking, he's slightly undersized. But don't let that fool you. This guy plays bigger than his frame. His reaction speed, his ball tracking, and his ability to close space make him a nightmare for receivers. And in a defense that needs more flexibility in coverage, that's huge. Pairing him with the current secondary gives Minnesota something they've been missing: options. Real options. And in today's NFL, versatility in the secondary can be the difference between winning and getting exposed. Moving into the second round, the Vikings grab Jeremy Bernard, a wide receiver who might not be flashy, but man, he's effective. And sometimes that's exactly what you need. He's the kind of route runner that fits perfectly into the offensive system. Clean cuts, smart positioning, and a deep understanding of spacing. He's not just running routes, he's reading defenses. Adding him alongside the current receiving core creates a more complete unit. Not just stars, but reliable weapons across the board. And that's how you keep drives alive. Then comes a really interesting pick, Connor Lew at center. This one is all about the future. Before his injury, he was projected to be one of the top players at his position. Yes, the ACL injury raises concerns. But the upside? It's undeniable. And the Vikings are in a position where they don't need to rush him. Let him develop. Let him recover fully. And if everything goes right, you might have your long-term answer anchoring the offensive line. At pick 86, the Vikings go defense again with Kyle Lewis, and this is where things get exciting. This is a player built for modern defensive schemes. He's not your traditional linebacker. He's lighter, faster, and thrives in hybrid roles. Covering, blitzing, adjusting, he does it all. And in a system that values versatility, he fits like a glove. This is the kind of player who doesn't just fill a role. He expands what the defense can do. Then comes Genesis Smith, a safety who brings something the Vikings currently lack: true center field ability. A guy who can read the play and control the deep field. That changes everything. Because now, other players can move more freely, knowing there's a reliable presence behind them. It's like adding a quarterback to your defense. Someone who sees everything and keeps the structure intact. Later in the draft, the Vikings add Zane Durant, and this pick screams upside. He's explosive, aggressive, and thrives in attacking gaps. He may not be the biggest defensive lineman, but he makes up for it with speed and intensity. And that's exactly what this defensive front needs. If developed correctly, he could become a serious weapon on passing downs. Then we get to one of the most intriguing picks, Eli Heidenreich at running back. This is not just depth. This is versatility. He can run, catch, and contribute on special teams. And with blazing speed, he adds a dynamic element to the offense. This is the kind of player who can quietly become a fan favorite because he impacts the game in multiple ways. Now here's where things get really interesting, a late-round quarterback pick with Cole Payton. And this is a classic high-risk, high-reward move. He's raw. He's inexperienced. But the athleticism and arm strength are there. And sometimes that's all you need to take a chance. If he develops, you've got a steal. If not, the investment was minimal. That's smart drafting. Then comes Amari Harvey, another cornerback who brings attitude and physicality. This guy plays with edge, with confidence, with fire. He's not backing down from anyone. And that mentality is contagious. You need players like that to build a strong defensive identity. And finally, Eric Gentry, a linebacker unlike any other in this class. Tall, long, fast, but unconventional. He's a gamble, no doubt. But in the right system, he could become something special. At worst, he contributes on special teams. At best, he becomes a unique weapon. So when you step back and look at this entire draft class, one thing becomes clear. This is about flexibility, depth, and upside. It's not about one superstar. It's about building a complete team. And honestly, that might be exactly what the Vikings need right now. But now I want to hear from you. Would you make this trade? Do you like the idea of moving down and stacking picks? Or would you stay aggressive at 18? Which player on this list excites you the most? And who do you think the Vikings should target in the real draft? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. Let's get this debate going. And if you love staying on top of all Vikings news, rumors, and draft breakdowns, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with every Vikings fan you know. Because this offseason is just getting started, and things are about to get crazy. Skol.